Something very weird is happening in the state of Texas. Democrats, for many years, I mean, honestly, for a decade or more now, I've been covering politics for 20 years, and Democrats always tell us every election cycle, oh boy, this is going to be the one where we finally turn Texas blue. And then, of course, Democrats have not won a statewide race in Texas in years and years and years and years, but don't worry, the next time we're totally going to turn Texas blue. You know, I'm almost tired of hearing that talking point. I'm tired of reading the stories about how Democrats, this is your year for Texas. And then new polls came out in Ted Cruz's re-election race. At the beginning of the month of June, Ted Cruz had an 11-point lead over his Democratic opponent, Colin Allred. That was at the beginning of the month, an 11-point lead to begin the month of June. To end the month of June, that lead among likely voters had fallen to 3 points, within the margin of error for the poll, which technically results in a statistical tie. An 11-point lead for Ted Cruz in his state of Texas, where he's already won 2 Senate races, an 11-point lead evaporated in a month. And the news actually gets even worse for Ted Cruz because only 40% of the people surveyed, even though he's winning in the survey, 40% said they either strongly or somewhat approve of him, whereas 50% have a very or somewhat negative view of Ted Cruz. So half the state, half the people in the poll say, we don't like this guy. I do not like him. Only 40% say, yeah, I like him. He's a pretty good dude. It gets even worse for Ted Cruz. Independents are the ones who are up for grabs in the state of Texas. The Republicans are pretty much unilaterally supporting Ted Cruz. Democrats, they're all in for Allred. But independents, 40% of independents say, we haven't made up our mind yet. We don't know. And the reason is because most of them say, we know who Ted Cruz is, but we don't know who Allred is. We need more information about Allred so that we can make up our minds. So they are open to the idea of voting for the Democrat. And if you get 40% of the independents in the state of Texas, you just won your race, folks. Or that remaining 40%, I should say. So Texas, Ted Cruz's seat may be up for grabs. This might actually be something the Democrats can pull off. Now, I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I would love to give you happy thoughts and leave you feeling optimistic about what's going on. But again, I've been through this for 20 years and I see it every election cycle where there's a statewide seat available in Texas, and it hasn't happened yet. But things change. And what changed since the last election in Texas? Well, Roe versus Wade was overturned, and of course, Texas enacted their very strict abortion ban in the state. You have also had tragedies take place in the state. You've had the book bans. You've had all sorts of things going on. And that could be enough to swing the state of Texas, even just by 1 or 2 points, to where Allred can swoop in and take away Ted Cruz's seat. That would be a miracle if it could happen. And right now, the polls are telling us it could happen. Here's another thing from the poll, too, that's actually rather interesting. Trump only has a 6-point lead over Biden in Texas. His lead is shrinking in Texas. Now, do I think Donald Trump's going to lose the state of Texas in November? Absolutely not. But is there a chance that Ted Cruz may be on his last leg in the Senate? Well, if this new poll is to be believed, that's absolutely a real possibility. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.